Hello. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching with Ezra's Fashion and Creations, and I'm Danita, the Chief Designer here. How are you? Welcome. And if you're new, I just really appreciate you for clicking on this video. And I guess you want to know, how is it that you stay looking put together every time, all the time? Well, I have some tips.
Tell me, can you handle a girl like me? I am a handful.
So I was winding down last night, ready to get to bed, and the thought popped into my head. You know, one of the things that I'm really known for is how I always look well put together, you know, and how I dress nicely. And it's been consistent throughout the years. And as a matter of fact, it's influenced a lot of people to put or take the effort to look really good, you know, whether they're going to work or church. You know, sometimes people just don't care. It's just not a priority. But when they see somebody taking the effort, it kind of encourages them. And I'm glad that I can do that for at least one person. If I can do that for at least one person, I feel like my job here is done as a fashion girly, you know. But you know, the thing about looking put together at all times, it's not about dressing to the nines every time, and it's not about wearing expensive things. You know me, I'm a thrifter, right? And while not all of my clothes are thrifted, although this shirt was definitely thrifted and I absolutely love it, I do find joy in thrifting. But whether you thrift your clothes, whether you buy them at, you know, Hermes or whoever the big brands are, you can have expensive pieces and still not put together. You can have poorly made pieces and look like $1,000,000. It's all about some key things. And so I took pen to paper. Yes, I got out my iPad and I started to type right away, and it just kept flowing. And I'm like, these are really important because sometimes people overlook these small things and they are so critical. So let's get into it. You know, I'm a blabber. So before you even start to think about shopping, right? And before you even start to think, okay, this is what I need to get, this is what I need to get, the first thing you have to do is know yourself and know your size particularly. That's what I'm talking about. So you may need to get a tape measure, you may need to take a trip to the tailor, dressmaker, whoever. And these tips, by the way, goes for men and women, because I know I don't only have women watching, and I feel like it's very important even for a guy to look put together, okay? Yes. So get your measurements. What size do you wear? Do you know what size bra you wear for the females? Like, do you know what size pant you wear for men? Do you know your waist size? Do you know if you're a Europe 2 or small or 0, or what is your size? It is very important for you to know your size, because before you start shopping, you need to know what size clothes you're going to shop for, because part of looking put together is wearing well-fitted clothes. So I highly suggest that you take a trip to the tailors. Sometimes you can even take a trip to the stores, and they do like bra measurements, especially like Victoria's Secrets or places that do like undergarments. Get your proper bra size, because undergarments are important, and I'm going to talk about that later. But now we're just talking about just getting a base, understanding your body. It doesn't matter if you're 200 pounds or over, and it doesn't matter if you're 100 pounds and below. You can still look put together, but you can also look terrible, you know, and it is because you're not wearing your size. So you can't be a small and you keep wearing large clothing. There is a look and there's a time and a place for oversized clothing, but I think it's very important for you to wear things that tailor you. Like, there are oversized jackets that are made to be oversized, but it comes in a small. So for a person like me who wears a small, I can buy that small and still achieve the oversized look without drowning myself into an extra large just because I want that look, or I'm trying to hide something that I'm not comfortable. Be confident in who you are, knowing who you are, and dress for your body type, whatever number that is. But don't shy away from knowing your number, because you have to know your number. Now, the next thing you need to know is your body type, because not all sizes are made equal. I could be a size 0 and so could you, but you're taller, or you're shorter, or you have a wider hip, or a bigger bust, but we still are in the same size range, but we have a little difference. And so for me, I can get away with certain tops being flat chested, whereas some people who have bigger boobs may not be able to get rid of that unless they're really trying to have those exposed or sucked in. So it is very important for you to know what size you are, what your measurement is before you even consider going shopping. Now, I talked about undergarments for a little while, and the important thing about undergarment is knowing not only your size, but choosing the right undergarment. You can't look put together wearing a really nice outfit and I'm seeing your underwear showing through. It's bunged up and I'm like, are you wearing bingo skis? I don't know if I can say that, you know, or if it's a color that's like you're wearing a white pants and then you're wearing like a neon yellow and I can see that showing through. Wear flesh tone underwear so that it doesn't become the interest of the garment unless it's intentional, because I've actually seen outfits that it's intentional for the undergarments to show. It's not for everybody, definitely not for me, but if it is your style, then make it intentional and make it classy and look put together, right? Because that's what we're trying to achieve. Now, if we're going to talk about speaking of appearance, we're still not going to the stores yet. We know our size, we've talked about our undergarments, but let me talk about grooming and hygiene. Because it's one thing for you to look great. If you're not smelling great, we have a problem. We have a problem, because imagine me looking at you and be like, oh my gosh, I'm coming up to say, you look amazing, only to be greeted by something so obscene. It's not cute. So can we just make sure that we take a shower, especially before going on the road or going in front of people? There is this debate, and I don't know how it is a debate, whether or not you should shower in the morning or evening. When did that become an option? And whether you should do it 2 times a day or once or every other day. Like, what are we talking about? Once we are getting out of the house and going in front of people in public spaces, it is imperative for you to shower. And as a matter of fact, I feel like even when you're at home, at least once, because I can get a day off. You know, if I'm home all day, not doing anything, and I feel like sleeping in until 12, and not taking a shower until maybe 2 o'clock once I, you know, and I'm just saying, because most times I get my day off, I'm going out. So once I'm going out, that's it. But let's just say we slept in, we got our afternoon shower, and we did nothing else for the day, just to relax. Well, it's up to you if you want to just go to bed just like that. I find that you really do get more of a relaxed sleep when you take a shower. So personally, I think it's only fair and bare minimum for you to shower in the morning and in the evening. And most importantly, do not step out of the house, whether you're just going down the road or not, and don't shower unless it's an emergency. And which is why you have to shower at nights, because an emergency can happen. And then you go out there smelling like so. If we want to look put together, it's all going to tie down to our grooming and our hygiene. Not only are we talking about body odors, but we're also talking about grooming our hair. Like, I've had this crochet braid style for about a week and a half now, and it's starting to get a little fuzzy. But what did I do this morning? I brushed it up, put it in a half up style. I did some edges so that it's groomed. I could have just had it all fuzzy and just out of place, but it would not contribute to this well put together look. Brush your teeth. Oral hygiene is something that's really important for us to take our hygiene into consideration, because that's going to contribute to the overall appearance. And not everybody wears makeup, right? So I'm not going to be here and tell you to wear makeup every day. Personally, once I am getting dressed and going out of the house, if it's even foundation and lip gloss and my brows, I'm doing that, because there's something about it just making me look like I made an effort. And whether we want to believe it or not, this whole notion of I woke up like this False. Just don't wake up like this and just go out. It takes time for you to get dressed. It takes time for you to put yourself together, for you to look well put together. So you don't have to wear a whole face beat of makeup, but at least groom your brows, at least put lip gloss on, moisturize your skin, put sunscreen on. A lot of people, when I tell them that I am 41, they don't believe that because I look so young. And while part of it is heredity, I do believe that the care that I take with my personal body and hygiene and overall just care in general, drinking water, getting rest, not smoking, not drinking, that all contributes to the overall appearance. Like, I can go without makeup, I just choose not to, because my skin, I take care of my skin. I make sure I tone, I moisturize, I cleanse. Yes, you get breakouts every now and again, but the overall appearance, I don't have a lot of blemishes, I don't have scarring because I'm not picking at my face, So there are just certain things that we just have to pay attention to for us to get the overall appearance. So we've talked about knowing our size, we've talked about grooming, we've talked about hygiene. Those are the basics. And we can also talk about nails. I used to be that girl that went to the nail salon every 2 weeks, and I kind of miss it now lately, but every stage of life requires different things. And once I moved to the States and I didn't have that same nail tech, it was just different. And I decided to start doing my nails myself. So I've done press-ons. I've done my own gel nails. Right now they're natural. But in all of it, what I do aspire to do is make sure that they're always clean. So no dirt under my nails. You'll not find that. If they're breaking or chipping, I just cut them really low. So they're really cut low right now. And I just have a little nail strengthener on. I particularly stopped wearing gel polish because they just wouldn't last, and so I would have those chips, and sometimes I just didn't have the time to soak it off for me not to go out there with chipped nails, and it did take away from my overall appearance. And so for me right now, if I can't go and get my nails done at the salon and get it to a thing where I can be consistent, I'll just keep it natural. I will keep it natural so that at least I just looked groomed and put together. Okay, so now that you got that, you want to go shopping. But again, before you go, do you even know what you're shopping for? Do you know what your body type is? Do you know what silhouette suits you? Do you know what you're lacking? I'm sitting in my closet, right? And there are so many different styles of clothing, so many different shades of clothing. I'm definitely not a neutral girl. So my closet is not filled with black, whites, neutral. There are a lot of colors. There are a lot of flare and sleeves and stripes. And I wouldn't say a lot of statements, but I do like a little boldness. But for you, your closet is not going to look like mine. And there's no reason, or there's no, it doesn't make sense for you to go and copy my silhouette, because who is to tell if it's going to look good on you? So you have to determine, okay, are you a person who looks really good in short skirts versus long skirts, or wide leg pants versus straight leg pants, or low cut shirts versus high neck shirts? You have to figure out what makes you feel and look good, because at the end of the day, dressing or putting yourself together is an emotional thing. And if you don't feel good in what you're wearing, you're not going to feel your best, and you're not going to give that energy off. When I walk through the door, I'm confident about my outfit, so I walk with an extra flair or grace. I know that I look good. I don't need you to tell me I look good, but you're going to be drawn to tell me I look good because I'm just exuding that. But if I go out and I'm unsure and I'm just coiled up and stuff, while you might appreciate my outfit, you will sense some discomfort, and you will be less likely to say I look good because I'm not wearing it well. So before you go shopping, do a try on. I like the idea of going to stores and trying stuff on. You don't have to always just go and just pick something off the rack. Actually, you should never go and just pick something off the rack just because it looks good. You have to make sure it looks good on you. You have to make sure it fits you, and you have to make sure it gives you that boost of confidence. And if we're talking about the type of pieces that we get in looking put together, I can tell you there are certain core pieces that are going to automatically let you look good, and that's going to be structured pieces. So that's why a blazer is part of an essential if you are that person that wants to look put together, because a blazer, especially a well-fitted tailored blazer, is just going to already do half the work for you. Once you put it on, it's going to let your shoulders sit higher, it's going to let your waist seems smaller and gives you that illusion of the perfect shape, right? That's what a blazer does on its own. You can wear a t-shirt and a blazer and all of a sudden it looks like an elevated casual look and you look put together, versus a t-shirt and, like, especially if it's wrinkled. And can we just back up a little bit? Because if once you get those pieces, can I beg, please use an iron or a steamer, or just go to the dry cleaners, because why are we wearing crushed clothes? Like, you can have all fantastic pieces, but if it is wrinkled, crushed, soiled, it's not going to look good. You're going to look like you literally woke up like this, and not in a good way. So someone, like I was saying, the core pieces, you know, like a blazer, a tailored pants, but not every day you want to wear a tailored pants. So if you're going to do a denim, just get like a classic denim color, versus like a washed denim reads casual all day long, but a rich blue dark denim, it just is sophisticated and elegance. Accessories, those work as well. Those work to give you a put together look. So you might have your blazer on and a jeans and a t-shirt. Putting a belt around that, in that jeans, and wearing a loafer instead of a sneaker, you look well put together, because now it's elevated. Now it was thought through. Now you're not just going hiking, you're actually going out. You're making a presence. So I've spent a lot of time, you know, trying to identify what my personal style is. And I do realize that I really like the classic, professional, chic attire. That is my vibe. While I will do dresses that are flirty and flouncy, it really gives me like a powerful boost or feeling when I do put a blazer on with a trousers. Heels are definitely my thing. I'm a heels girl. But for some of you, you may be a loafer girl. For some of you, you may be a loafer guy. You know, so some of you, and here's the thing, you can be a sneaker guy or girl and still look put together because you're wearing your right size, because shoe size matters too, right? You don't want to wear shoes that you're uncomfortable in and all of a sudden you can't walk in it. If you can't walk in your shoe, that's automatically taking your look all the way down, right? It's okay to wear a hoodie, but make sure the hoodie is not completely oversized and just in a black, like a black oversized hoodie. I think there is only so many occasions for that. I like colorful hoodies. I like hoodies that look good. Scrunch the sleeve up. Wear your hoodie with a trouser instead of a sweatpants, you know, just simple things that just really tie things in together. You know what I really like? A hoodie and a blazer or a trench coat. That is an elevated, well put together look, personally. So we've talked about all the things that you should get, you know, in terms of the core essential pieces, but we also talked about the importance of just taking care of the you. It's not about the clothes. It really isn't. I'm a fashion girly, but it's not about the clothes. It's about the person who is wearing the clothes. Don't let the clothes wear you, but wear the clothes, right? So get up. This is the steps, right? Get up, say your prayer, right? Wash your face, brush your teeth, as my mom would say, right? Get a shower, moisturize your skin. And now that we're going into the spring and summer, you need sunscreen. So get up, say your prayer, wash your face, brush your teeth, shower, moisturize, groom your hair, right? Fix your face, whether that is a little bit of makeup for girls or whether that's grooming your beard. Yeah, right? And then don't forget deodorant as well. And then put on an outfit that makes you feel your absolute best. And don't forget to wear the appropriate, even for guys, undergarment. For guys, I don't want to see your undergarments. I really don't. That is not put together. Okay, and it's the same things for girls as well. Wear the shoe, clean the shoe, right? A clean shoe is very important. I don't know why we think that they had this style actually where the dirty shoe look. See me with that. I don't want that. Whether it's intentional or not, I don't like that at all. And again, there are different times and places for these things, so I get it. Streetwear, fine. If you're that kind of person who just likes to push the envelope, fine. But on a day-to-day, and especially if you're a professional, that is just not the look. And if you're just like me, that's just not the look for us. So know your personal style, because at the end of the day, personal style is you. All I'm saying is that whatever that style is, grungy, chic, professional, sophisticated, elegant, casual, whatever that style is, make sure it's clean, make sure that it is ironed, make sure that you smell good, and make sure that you walk in confidence. That is the key to looking well put together. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, can you please go ahead and subscribe? We need to make it to 500. That's my goal before June. We're now in April. So can you make that happen for me? I would really love that. Share it with a friend. You never know. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay blessed. Bye.